Comes to allegations of misconduct inside the courtroom, who's judging the judges?
That is the question raised by a News Channel 5 investigation into a Nashville judge who's repeatedly late for court.
News Channel 5 chief investigative reporter Phil Williams looks at what happened when one man complained about the way he was treated.
I have to be there when I say I'll be there.
As a self-employed maintenance man, Tommy Craig knows the importance of showing up to work on time.
And if you don't?
Yeah. They'll get someone else.
But when Craig went to court for a 9 a.m. hearing on a contract dispute last year,
this court is now in session.
He says the judge, Rachel Bell, did not even show up until 10:30, and right in the middle of his testimony,
she excused me from the witness stand and took a picture with a high school class from Whites Creek High School.
Ladies and gentlemen, court is in recess.
A bit later, the Davidson County General Sessions Judge decided to take another break.
She announced that she was going to take a 15-minute break and didn't come back for an hour and 5 minutes. We were sitting in the courtroom starving to death. It was almost like a joke.
In fact, the News Channel 5 hidden camera investigation recently showed people waiting inside Bell's courtroom for hours, with the judge not even leaving her house until well over an hour after court was scheduled to start. Bell blamed her diabetes and a thyroid condition, arguing the Americans with Disabilities Act allows her to adjust her schedule.
I'm going to need ADA accommodations for the rest of my life until there's a cure.
I don't feel that it was investigated.
After Bell ruled against Craig, he filed a complaint with the Tennessee Board of Judicial Conduct. That's a 17-member group made up of 11 judges, 3 lawyers, and 3 members of the public. Recently, almost a year after he filed his complaint, he received this response saying, "The complaint does not rise to the level that would justify further action." Craig says the board never even talked to his lawyer.
I feel like they just set it on the desk somewhere and put a date on it and said, we'll send them a dismissal on this date.
There's just no excuse for a judge habitually showing up late. And not just 15 minutes late, but we're talking about somebody who's showing up 2 hours late.
State Senator Mike Bell has been critical of how the Board of Judicial Conduct operates. He says he knows of one case where it took them 2 years to appoint a special investigator to review a complaint against a member of the board. And that case still has not been wrapped up.
When you delay that long, you delay any hope of that citizen getting justice or that citizen having their questions answered.
The head of the board, Shelby County Judge Chris Kraft, says no one tracks how long it takes to dispose of complaints. Still, he insists there isn't a problem.
We never have any cases that just sit around and nothing is happening on them. We have a lot of complaints and we have to turn them over. We don't let them sit.
Kraft says when citizens ask, why does justice take so long when judges are involved?
Well, there's not an easy answer because it depends on the situation. Sometimes we have issues with health of parties or investigations that need to be done quietly or effectively, and that takes some time to get done.
While Tommy Craig's case was dismissed, we don't know what happened with another complaint involving a man that Judge Bell left locked up for almost 3 weeks because she had trouble finding time to hold a hearing for him. Criminal Court Judge Mark Fishburne heard an appeal in that case, criticizing Bell for her, quote, cavalier attitude.
You know, very rarely will one judge speak out against another judge. In fact, it almost never happens. And when a judge does this, I hope that the Board of Judicial Conduct will take notice.
But here's the other catch. Most of the Board of Judicial Conduct's business is conducted in secret, which means even if the board does weigh in on Judge Bell's conduct in that case, the public may never know. Phil Williams, News Channel 5 Investigates.
Thank you, Phil. We should note that Judge Bell's lawyer disputed Tommy Craig's timetable. If you want to see that response and the letter he got from the board, go to our website, newschannel5.com.